Hey guys, I'm back. I know it's been a while. I've actually been like sort of kind of like preparing for this tournament, the KingSlayerCards tournament that happened down here in Miami on what, February, what day is it today?
The 20th? The
No.
19th.
The 19th, February 19th. It happened on February 19th today. I got 4th place with my, I guess, grade 4 combo brews slash OTK brews, because most of the time you don't win on turn 4, you're in a rough spot. I'm being honest with you. But it was honestly the deck that I had most fun playing out of like that I was able to play test in the short amount of time, like the week before this tournament. And I was like, you know what? This like I just love the way this deck plays. But there's obviously room for changes, but it was just enough to get us into top 4 or top 8, and then immediately we get ass clapped by Bastion in top 8 playoffs. But it's alright. We took a shower afterwards, went to Longhorn, forgot about it. Don't worry about it. But on to the deck profile. Obviously, it is the Bruce ride line. There's really not much to say about that. I did mention this in my last profile, but when you do go second, you really kind of like you don't always have the hand to rush, but if you do happen to open up 2 grade 1s going second, you just kind of have to like go for it and rush. And sometimes you can push them to 3, or you push them into like a comfortable amount of damage to where you suck up one of the grade 1s that you called, and you just keep this as a booster to swing for 16. But that's just like a little thing I like to say. It's certain. It depends. It's in certain matchup slash scenarios. But let us get to the deck profile, starting with the grade 4s. Obviously, I'm playing 4 of G4 Bruce, and the funny thing about this guy is it's not a bad card in any shape or sense. Like, I know some people, they actually prefer G3 Bruce build over the grade 4 Bruce builds. It's just like the added counterblast just feels so costly, especially since we have like so many let me put this down a little bit so you can see this guy's face. But since we just have so many good effects that cost a counterblast, like the order cards that give 10k to the front row, the Derek costs a counterblast. And if you're using Derek, you're using the order, or you're using the new card Lyle. You're using quite a amount of counterblast in one turn. And I kept trying to make a build to where I don't really need to expend that much counterblast to do explosive plays, and it just really wasn't working out for me. I really wasn't trying the soul charge order at the time, even though now thinking about it now, I kind of want to go back to it, but I didn't like it. I felt like you would go into deck out, so I just kind of made a version of the deck to where you don't mind taking a bunch of damage in the early, because you generally don't have the guard anyway, because you're just holding on to combo pieces. So I would rather spend 3 or 4 counterblasts, or sometimes even 5 counterblasts in one turn to make a ridiculously strong turn 4 to just try and close it out there. Or if I can't close it out, then next turn. But most of the time, it's because the way I built this deck, it is either turn 4, you kill on turn 4, or you get killed. But yeah, we're playing 4 of the G4 Bruce. Usually, if I don't open, I know I'm covering his face again, but I want to make room. Usually, if I don't open up with him, the general plan is to mull 5, so you see him. You're running you're running like max copies of all your combo pieces except for 1, which I actually plan on running max copies of. No, not really. I think the ratio of 3 is fine. But everything else you're running at like maximum copies of 4, so you will see them, and you will see them in multiples. This card though is just important that you see the 1, and if you do see in multiples, you can just pitch them for ride or pitch them for your order card. Next, we're playing 3. Put it right here. We're playing 3 Brian. Brian is literally the star of this deck. Abusing Brian is what makes this deck work at all. The fact that your Vanguard restands and you can give it +5 and a crit and that you could stack it. Like, that's basically the idea of this deck, is to stack Brian multiple times, and you swing 28, you swing 33, 38, sometimes even 43, with like 3 crits, with like 4 crits. 4 crits is the most I've ever gotten, and I've actually killed someone at like 2. Yeah, I killed someone at 2 damage with just 1 Bastion swing. Not Bastion swing, Bruce. I'm sorry, I confused the bees. But with just 1 Bruce swing, I was actually able to just kill my opponent at 2 damage. He just didn't have enough guard, and that's kind of like, you know, the goal of this deck is you're really just explosive turn 4 play is the idea of this deck. And then we're playing 3 Fervent Rage. Fervent Rage is kind of like what I would consider a combo extender, or at least a counterblast extender / follow-up play. Because there's like a lot of times where the Fervent Rage isn't necessary and I kind of have to pitch it in the early, but there are times where I just need that 1 extra counterblast, and Fervent Rage is able to get it to me, and it gives like the 5k is meh. But the fact that like, and it just, you know, lets me draw fresh cards. There was so many times that I top decked off of Fervent Rage, or just doing Fervent Rage to give me that extra counterblast that I normally wouldn't have. So that's why I'm playing 3. It's more of like an extender / follow-up play. But then again, like I said, the idea of this deck is to kill on turn 4. And then for the 2s, we're only running 8 2s. We're running... how can I do this? Do I want to just do it like this? I think that's fine. Yeah. We're running 4 copies of Derek, and we're running 4 copies of Lyle. Now, Lyle, I really don't use Lyle as much as Derek unless I don't have the Derek. And Lyle just, you know, Lyle just kind of gets me there in terms of it gets me pieces that I need from my soul. And where I really just use Derek as... this is my soul charge card. Like, more or less, this is my soul charge card of the deck, and, you know, it just gets me extra units to, like, again, shove to soul, or, you know, other combo pieces. There's so many times that I use Derek to get a Lyle, or I use Derek to get a Brian, or I use Derek going into the grade 1s. I use Derek to get, what is this? Regina. I use Derek to get a Regina. And Regina is basically the main combo of the deck, the main play that you're making of the deck on your turn 4 is you want to use 2 Reginas, and you want to use at least 1 Brian, and basically you want to do, if you have enough soul, you want to do Brian 3 times, so that you have a 15k to the front row, and your Vanguard has 4 crits. That's the most that I've been able to use Brian in 1 turn. And I've gotten like a single Regina to 38 by itself. And then, damn, I wish I had more space. Do I have more? Nah, damn. And then for the rest of the grade 1s, I'm playing 4 of Wetbacker. Wetbacker is just like another key card of the deck that you need, what's it called? You need to give your Vanguard that power, the power push, or else, you know, they're just gonna like 2 to pass your Vanguard, 3 to pass your Vanguard, and you know, that's not what I want at all. I want to make my Vanguard like at least 28, 33, or let's say 43 or 38, just so that, you know, I want my opponent to drop guard. I want them to drop PGs when my Vanguard attacks, and if they don't have PGs, I want them to wish that they did. But that's why we're maxing them out at 4. And there was actually it was so crazy in that the Bastion player in top 8, the top 8 playoff, shoutouts to Eric Zarata. I survived his turn, like turn 4, like turn 5 turn. After he survived my turn 4, I'm like, well, I guess I just kind of lose. And then I didn't lose, and I had like 2 counterblasts to play with. And then I had Fervent Rage. Fervent Rage was able to get me there. I used Derek. I had 0 soul. I like used Derek, and then I used a Wade, and This is what I used. I used Derek first, then I used Regina, put two other rear guards to soul, called out a Wade, and put the Wade to soul, and that was able to get me there to 5. No, I had 1 card in soul. That was able to get me there to exactly 5 cards in soul, but it really wasn't that powerful of a turn. Oh no! What happened was he healed. That's what happened. He just healed on me, and I was like, well, yeah, that's the game. But like I said, the goal is to win on turn 4. More than half the time, you don't win on turn 4, you lose on the next turn. And then, obviously, for the last of the grade 1s, 4 PGs, there's really not much to talk here. This is your lifesaver, your lifeblood, until you get to the fated turn 4. Will you tell your opponent, do you have enough cards in hand for the crazy stuff I'm about to do? But, on to the triggers. Let me see, how can I do this to where it makes sense? Does it make sense there? Yeah, I think so. We run 8 crit, because obviously, like I said, you want to kill your opponent. You want to kill your opponent on the turn 4, so you just kind of want to rake up. If you're able to rake up the free damage, it just kind of helps you get there way easier than normally, like, you know, swinging with 4 crits and telling your opponent, do you have enough guard for just these Vanguard attacks? But we're playing the 8 crits because you want to kill your opponent as fast as possible. Well, you know, you're not going to kill the opponent on turn 3 unless you check the over trigger, but you want to kill your opponent as fast as possible. And then 4 heals, obviously, because, you know, you want to reach turn 4, and this is what helped me so much today. I healed so much today, I'm not going to lie. I think there was, like, one game, like, I healed a lot, and then, like, I would still lose, and I'm like, oh, damn, I guess I didn't heal enough. But she really did come in clutch to me, for me, a lot today. And then 3 of the fronts, I really wish I could run draws in this deck, but you just go through the deck so fast. I feel like draws are, like, unreliable. The front just helps you so much more with your combo. It's just, whenever you check a front, it literally is, for me at least, it's like a feels bad for your opponent, just because it's an extra 10k to the front row, which already probably got at least a 10k boost or a 15k boost. But that's why we play fronts. Originally, I was maxing out on the fronts, but I took out a front again to put another crit, because I just feel like the 8 crit are important. There was one game, actually, on stream. I'm going to see if I can get this video later from KingSlayerCards, see if I can just cut out my match for it, maybe commentator for y'all. But there was, like, one game, it was, like, the last in the set, to whereas if I didn't check double crit, I wouldn't have beaten him. And that's the truth, because he had just enough guard to guard my Vanguard swings, but it was the double crit that killed him, because I think I stacked both crits on 1 rear guard, and he was at 3 damage, and that just killed him. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. I was like, oh, I was so sure he was going to survive, and then just, like, eat my ass next turn. And then, obviously, you're playing the Dark States over. It's honestly just, like, the best over for this deck, just, in my opinion at least, because of you check this early, it just enhances your early game so much, to whereas you don't really need as many combos for your turn 4, but obviously if you have them, you're going to use them. There's really no reason not to use all the resources that you are able to expend. I actually told I told Isaac was there. He didn't get to participate though. I actually told one of my buddies from locals that you know what this deck is? This deck is a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Everyone else is playing Yu-Gi-Oh. No, everyone else is. It feels like everyone else is playing Vanguard. I'm over here trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh with going first, Bruce. Because I'm being honest, almost like what, like maybe like what, 90% of my games. Yeah, like 90%. I think I only won the games that I went first. That's why I went 2-1 all day. All day I went 2-1, and then except like I went X1. Except my one match, I just got swift clapped by Nirvana with, Nirvana with triggers just kind of wins. I didn't really even get to my turn 4. Or I did, but, like, he just saw the perfect defensives to counter my plays. But, yeah, I'm really proud of how the deck functioned. Obviously, I feel like there's a better version that I can concoct and I can come up with, but I am happy with what I built this deck to do, and that's just to blow 4 to 5 even, or 3 counterblast in one turn. But we still have a little bit of time, so let me see if I can like showcase your basic combo real quick, if it'll even make sense. Let's see here. Get these out the way. Get this out the way. Now, in your normal combo, Fervent Rage isn't really a part of it. Like I said, it's more than an extender. But in your normal combo, you need at least 1 Brian, 2 Reginas, and 1 Lyle, or 1 Derek for your normal combo. So let me see if I can set this up real quick. Let me set it up to where it's facing you guys. The grade 4, the most important part. We're gonna put the grade 4. It's turn 4. Of course, the G4 is the most important part of this combo. That's the only way it works. Let me just put random damage in here. So for this combo, you are going to need 4 damage. Yeah, for this combo, you're gonna need 4 damage. I'm just using the PGs. So you start with this. You start with 4 cards in soul. 4 cards in soul. Damn, I actually have to shuffle the deck for this, because the randomness of it. I actually have to shuffle the deck for this. Now, most of the time, unless I was playing against the Magnolia, where like they just like vomit down their whole board on turn 3 for basically like not like free, but they're just able to easily access a board. I'm able to look at the top 3 or like top 4 cards of the deck, even like top 5 off of Derek. So I generally I do Derek first, because he gets me food for Regina, and he gets me what's it called? He gets me soul. Like generally soul, because I need soul to do anything. So let me just do another quick shuffle. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. The first card we play is Derek, and we're gonna use Derek to soul charge himself. Let's say they had like 2 rear guards. We pop 1, so we only get to look at the top 4. Now, this is the top 4. Obviously, you can't use these, so these obviously go to soul. But we're going to call out these 2. We're not going to use the Lyle, because we are saving our Counterblast. We're saving our Counterblast for Diablo Striker Brian. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to call out our 2 Reginas. Can you guys see everything? Yeah, you can see everything. Okay, we're going to call out our 2 Reginas. First, we're going to put this to soul, give my Vanguard plus 10k. Let's see here. And then we're going to activate. We're going to activate 1 Brian. So that's plus 5 to the front row, and my Vanguard gets a crit. So right now my Vanguard's 28 with 2 damage. And then we're going to activate the Regina, 1 Regina. We're going to activate this Regina right here, put these 2 into soul, call out, plus 10, plus 10. And then we're going to Soul Blast 2 again for plus 10 to the front row now. And my Vanguard has 3 crits. So my Vanguard's 33 with 3 crits. And then we're going to call out this card. This card can be anything. It doesn't have to be a Lyle, but it can be anything. And then we're going to put these 2 back into soul. And then if I calculated right, this should be enough. No, we're missing 1 card. Damn. I'm really bad at this, guys. I'm so sorry. We're missing 1 card in soul. Let's say like I don't know, like a random soul charge somewhere off of I guess like the an ideal scenario would be that your opponent didn't have or if you had 1 extra card, I guess, like this card right here. But we're not going to do that. That's going to be like way too sweet. we're gonna do something like, let's say like you soul charge like 5, you soul charge like 3 off of what's his face? Off of coño, off of Derek. So we're gonna do it like that. And then we're gonna soul, actually this is when you switch positions with this, and then we're gonna soul blast 2 more. And obviously, like I said, this general combo drains you of all your resources. So like when I go for this combo, I'm generally, this is me trying to kill you. That's another +5 to the front row. And this is 10-10, obviously, but this is like a 28 booster. And this saw 3, so this is 33 by itself. Yeah, it's 33 by itself. Because it's 20, no, it's 18. Yeah, 33. That's 33, and this is only 28. So then we're gonna swing with Brian, 28. Sadly, he's gonna be the weakest, but he's gonna be stronger because of the boost. Swing 33, and then your Vanguard is gonna be, how much is the Vanguard gonna be? His Vanguard is gonna be 38. Vanguard is gonna be 38 with a crit, swinging for, no, 38 4 crits. So this is the general combo that I was using all day. Like, there might be a Fervent Rage here, or like a Lyle, and like plus like some other soul charge cards here instead. But this is the general combo that we are going for on turn 4. And then we're gonna drive check. These are drive checks. You guys saw me shuffle the deck. Let's say the front, and then afterwards we're gonna soul blast, and then we're gonna swing for 48 again. Crit. I guess we'll give crit and power here, and then swing for 43, and then how much is this? This is what? This is 28, 38, 48 by itself, and then plus a 28k boost. This is, oh wow, 73. But that was just an example of my combo. I don't know if you guys wanted to see it or not. Tell me in the comments down below if you liked this part of the video. If you felt like it dragged it on too long, that it really wasn't necessary. Let me know. But like, comment, subscribe down below, and see you guys later.